So I have a taste for crawfish fettuccine. So I have this little package of crawfish tail meat that I got from Walmart. 2 classic Alfredo sauces and fettuccine. I'm going to cook that up real quick and have it with these pork chops I'm about to turn over. So stay tuned while we do a quick fettuccine. Okay, so we're going to start off by melting just a little bit butter in a small pot. I didn't need a big pot because that one little pack is nothing. And so I'm working with one hand. So back here I'm going to break the fettuccine noodles in half and put it in the pot to start it to boil. Okay, so I have the fettuccine noodles on in here. You want to, of course, put oil in here so they don't stick. And you want to stir a little bit. Once I stop recording, I'm going to stir it better. And here we have the butter. So what I did is I did rinse off the the crawfish. So always rinse it off. Even though it says clean, I think, still always good to rinse off. So that's once the butter is melted. I have the crawfish on there. And then I have some shallot and green onion. Shallot and yellow onion. Sorry. They call shallots both. Okay. So then I'm going to add a little garlic salt. A little seasoned salt. And I like to taste as I go along. Be careful with the salt because the Alfredo sauce is already kind of salty. This is black pepper. This is for the little kick that I want. These are my pork chops. I've already turned them over. I'm going to smother them down with a few onions. And so we're going to cook this in butter. It's already cooked. The package I just threw it away. But these crawfish are already cooked. You're just making them buttery and cooking them down more, getting them hot to go in the fettuccine noodles. So I'm just stirring it around, making sure this don't stick the noodles. And I did use a whole pack. Okay, so I've already added a few onions on the pork chop. I'm just going to put like a cupful of water, just enough to cover it a little bit and let it boil down. And that'll be done in about maybe 20 minutes. Okay, so I've already washed off the noodles and set it aside. And here is the crawfish. You can always taste, if you want to add more seasoning, depending on how you eat. I eat with spice, so I think it's just right. And I'm going to add the fettuccine sauce directly into here because you want to keep the butter. You definitely want the butter. You don't want to rinse that off. That's a lot of the flavor there. I'm going to use both pans because I like mine, like I said, not soupy, but not all stuck together. Now, as far as the noodles, you guys, you cook it to a consistency. It don't have to be mushy at first because when you put this down in there, it's going to cook some more. So, don't cook it all mushy and then add this and cook it more and then it's going to be like mush. So mine is just right. I just bit a piece. Let it stay in there until this starts kicking up a little bit and add the other bottle also. And you can put it in a pan or you can leave it in a pot. I think I'm going to leave mine in a pot. And that's my pork chop percolator. Okay, so let's add the sauce. And you can always use, if you wanted to make like a seafood fettuccine, and I'm going to get the rest of that in a little while. I'm working with one hand. You could add shrimp to this along with, you see, this is why you work with one at first, because if it's the right consistency, then you know how much more you need, or if you don't need any more. I'm going to put just a tad bit more of the fettuccine sauce and let this cook down. Like I said, I don't want it too dry, but not too watery either. So the noodles are going to cook some more. And there's the crawfish that you see in there. I'm going to add me some more black pepper and let it cook down. Okay, so it's done. Here is my crawfish fettuccine, and I just garnished it with a little bit of parsley and my smothered pork chop with onions. I was about to add some sweet peas and a vegetable, but honestly, I am hungry after coming from work and then running errands after work. So I'm just going to have this, and if it don't fill me up, I'm just going to give me some more fettuccine. but it's quick and easy. You can also add shrimp, or you can, I know some of you probably do shrimp fettuccine or chicken fettuccine. I prefer my fettuccine with some type of seafood.